Hello guys, welcome to mathematics grade 12. I am Jacob, and today we are doing differential calculus. So we'll be focusing on rules for differentiation. So I believe if you are doing this chapter, I believe this is like the first chapter you should go through. That's my opinion, because the textbook I was using to prepare for the lessons, it actually starts with first principle. But yeah, for me, I believe you have to go through this one first, then, because I believe it's always better to do first principle if you already have an answer in mind, like answer you're working towards. But anyway, the textbooks are made by experts, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, so this is a very short video because we only like focus on, it's only rule, like they say rules, but it's actually like in matric we do like one rule. As long as you know how to simplify first and apply the rule. So now if you notice something on the rule, you have a number, then you have x and exponent and number, right? Then your answer says that exponent will multiply that coefficient of x, then x exponent, you subtract 1 from the exponent. So for example, if you have let's say I have y equals to 2x exponent minus 3, then my dy dx will be 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, then minus 3 minus 1 there at the exponent is minus 4, right? So now I think on first principle video I've clearly stated that when you differentiate, they can ask you many things. So they can give you equation as y, or they can give you as fx, or they can give you as fx, I think. So now if they ask you to differentiate, they can use many things. They can say f prime of x, or they can say y prime, or they can say dy dx, or they can say derive x, or they can say derive x of function f of x, something like that. So they can ask many things. You just have to know. So the best way to know, I've been saying like for a long time now, the best way to know is to keep on practicing, because there are some questions you only find out when you practice. You're like, oh, there's this type of question, you didn't know it existed, right? So yeah, it's like that. So textbooks can go so far, they equip us with all the knowledge, but now when you go to exams and tests, then you figure out there's like other questions where they try to trick you. But if you're equipped with all the knowledge, and you find out stuff like that, especially when you work with word problems, because you can see it's only about application, right? Okay, let's start our rule there. So I'll have, so let's say number 1, basic rule, we have x cubed. What should be the derivative of that? We know before x I have 1, right? So we'll say 1 times 3, then we say 3 minus 1, that. Number 2, guys, I think this is very important, that the fraction, I think it's very important, because every time you have a fraction, you have to make sure you take it to the numerator every time. Don't deal with it as a fraction, you're not gonna get anywhere. Because what are you gonna write? Are you gonna say it's the answer is 2 over 3x squared? Because if you attempt to derive x cubed, it's 3x squared, which is wrong, right? So take it to the top every time. You will see the only time they try to trick you in rules of differentiation is if you're given a fraction. Okay, so now we can do this. 2 times minus 3, that's minus 6. Then minus 3 minus 1, it's minus 4. Then usually they like saying leave your answer in positive exponent, then you take it to the bottom, the sign goes back to positive. Remember, a fraction, if you remove x from the denominator to the numerator or vice versa, the exponent changes. If it was negative, it's positive. If it was positive, it's negative. Right? Okay, that's it. So now, I think another one we can try. Cube root of x. How do you write this? We know cube root is 1 over 3. Right? If it was cube root of x exponent 4, it will be what? 4 over 3. Because it's actually x exponent 4, then 1 over 3 is for the cube root, right? So that's 4 over 3, right? But I'm not gonna do this, I was just showing you. Then now, so every time you have to simplify in such a way that now you have x exponent n. Every time, make sure you simplify so that you have x exponent n. So now we can see we have x exponent n, then now we can derive. So 1 times 1 over 3, where is the 1? Is the coefficient of x. Then we get 1 over 3. X exponent 1 over 3 minus 1. We should get minus 2 over 3. I believe so. I hope I didn't make mistake, because 1 over 3 minus 1 is the same as saying minus 3 over 3. Yeah, minus 2 over 3. Perfect. You see, just like that. Now I think also another tricky question they can ask you, they can give you something like this. Maybe let's say minus 2x plus 4, let's say over square root x. How do you attempt that? Make sure you have x exponent n. What I see here is not x exponent n, so this is what you're going to do, because we know basics, right? We know if I have a fraction, for example, if I have x plus y over 2, each term takes the denominator like this. So that's what we are going to do. I'll say x cubed over, I'll say x exponent half, because I know square root is x exponent half, right? Minus 2x over x exponent half, which is the square root, plus 4 over x exponent half. Now, how do we solve a fraction in algebra? If you divide the terms which has the same basis, you subtract the exponent, right? So if I say 3 minus half, I'll get 5 over 2. If I say 1 minus half here, I'll get positive half. Then here on 4, we can see x is the only one there, so I take it to the top, it becomes negative. This is still y. So now I can differentiate this. So 5 over 2 times 1 minus 1, I get 3 over 2. Right, minus 1 is the exponent. So minus 2 times half, I get negative 1. Then half minus 1, I get negative half. Then minus half times positive 4, I get negative 2. Then minus half minus 1, I get minus 3 over 2. Then if they need your answer in positive exponent, this one is fine. This one, because x is exponent negative, I'll take it to the bottom, it becomes positive. Even here, because x is exponent negative, I take it to the bottom, becomes positive. See, just like that, guys. The trick is to make sure you have x exponent n every time. X exponent n, x exponent n, x exponent n, everywhere. So this was not cutting it. You had to simplify it first. Alright, thank you guys. See you in another video.